Okay, let me ask you this. So, the top stocks hedge funds are shorting, and your thoughts on which ones are good?
Yeah, I mean, they're saying they want to short Tesla and Home Depot. Like Tesla is great, Home Depot is great. If you look at Archer, I don't like Archer a hell of a lot, but I want you guys to realize there's a difference between shorting a stock for a short period, say a quarter, versus it being a bad bet. So a lot of times, like people were sending me this article and they were like, "Hey, are these stocks no longer good?" And I'm like, you don't know what the agenda behind the hedge fund is, or whether it is to move the market or just to get gains for that quarter to offset whatever previous losses that they had. But they had Tesla on there. I don't like IBM. I think IBM has no competitive advantage. But when I saw Tesla and Home Depot on there, I was like, you guys are reaching. It's a good trade, but there's a difference between a good trade and a good long-term investment. I think Tesla is still strong. Of course, Home Depot is still strong, will be for a long time. But most of the ones, if you guys actually saw the article, half of the companies were good.
Yeah, I think that that's extremely important to understand too. That you can't base your investment philosophy based off of somebody else because you don't know that even like when the Michael Burry news came out that he shorted ARC,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know the motives behind that, and you don't know the time frame. It's like a lot of different things go into
Yeah.
play. So
Yeah.
if you have ARC long term, even if he shorted it for a quarter or even a year, like if you have a five or one of the things that Ryan Leslie said on the episode that comes out tomorrow, I'm not gonna give too much away, but
Good segue.
he said his investment philosophy is 20-year hold. That's his investment philosophy, 20-year hold. And we went on and had a very detailed conversation. And a lot of the things that he said is things that we've talked about on Market
Very
Mondays, as
familiar.
far as the not having more than a couple different stocks in your portfolio, long term, only look at it for a 20-year time frame for every investment that he gets in. Talked about an amazing story with Apple stock. So yeah, you know, he also
And no, go ahead.
he also said that he was definitely wanted to come on Market Monday. So
That's a fact.
We
going
got
to
to make
arrange
that
that
happen.
Yeah, I just
situation.
want to add real quick before you go in. It was like by the time we get the news or something, like every time I feel like when Michael Burry does something, it's like we hear about it 8 to 9 months after he's done
Yeah.
it. Right. So if people are reading it and saying, "Oh, I want to follow that plan," it's like, no, you're already late to the game. He's already done it and probably has made significant amount on it.
And
If
it's
not,
winded down a position. Yep.
right, why would they even make news about it? So we got to be very wary and very like cognizant of what we're doing. And I think that's what the class is on tomorrow. Shout out to uh Duncan, who's teaching our Wall Street class tomorrow, is about finding out your investment strategy. Like even what we say, like, yeah, it's great information and you can use it and apply it, but everybody's gonna have to create their own investment strategy that works for them, right? Find out what you're investing in now. So that's just another thing before you go. Yeah.
I would just say if you guys aren't willing to hold for 20 years, you're wasting your time. I'm going to be honest. Like, and I know people don't want to hear it, but there's a reason that 20-year benchmark is so key. And I won't tell Ryan's whole story. We can probably make the case next to Diddy. Ryan is probably the richest artist to ever be a part of Bad Boy because of investing.
Yeah,
Like that
easily,
is like
easily,
Betha. Shout out to the Locks. Love y'all dearly. Styles P. Thank you. Red Panda Anthem coming soon. But like I could even when we talked about it last year, $5 million into Apple in 2001 for Rockefeller Records and Cash Money will be 2.5 billion. I could argue Jay and Dame would still be friends had they made certain investment decisions. And if Dame toned down a little bit, I get it, brother. I get it. But you know, we got to be kind, right? We got to tame some of the light skinned, fiery energy sometimes, right? But the way he was able to navigate, and then even with the community, like we can be honest, like a lot of companies just ripped off Ryan's ideas in the tech space, or they leveraged them for their own benefit. The 20-year period, because whatever age you are now, even if you're 50, at 70, you're going to need more money. And now, because of technology and AI and everything speeding up, competitive advantage is going to be harder and harder and harder to come by. So you have to have these assets working for you. And what I don't want to happen is in 15 years, you were like, damn, I should have listened to you. You was giving us all a game and Apple was at 220, now it's at 1400. And now because I fear because people don't want to work, at some point the employers are going to want their revenge. And they're going to say, well, you guys didn't want to work. You wouldn't show up. You were quitting. So we figured out a way how to automate everything.
Mhm.
I'm going to be honest. The first company that figures out a way how to automate marketing, social media, accounting, legal, and competitive edge, they're going to destroy the planet. And it's not that far away. It is not that, like, they have AI copywriters now, AI ad posters. Like, we're getting close to where they're going to try and push us out of even needing to apply for jobs. So be mindful of that. But yeah, 20
that company could be here now.
I'm just saying.
Right.
You never know.
They could be here now. You know what I mean? There's companies who have an advantage in that space, right? If we're talking about marketing, like who has a bigger advantage than Google right now? Right? Like they're based, like if you look at their last quarter, their earnings, look at what money came in from advertising. It's ridiculous.
And they haven't penetrated as deeply as they can. Like,
not
they're
yet.
not big in the podcast space.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we got to get to Jesus Christ.
Hold on, moments out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pause moment. If there are women and children that are watching, we'd like to
30-year-old
apologize in
tech company
advance.
punishes you point. Y'all gonna come. You're gonna do the big long segment.
No, we're gonna chop this up, Mike. We got this later. Appreciate you, bro.
Put like some sexy music, and I got the lights too. Yeah,
we're gonna save that for Market Mondays After Dark.
So I'm like, yeah, let's get him out of there.
You keep playing with Zoom, bro. We're gonna get kicked.
Man, oh baby. Next topic, please.
No, we just having fun. Y'all.